So right around this time of the year, fall and winter, I love my tobacco-based fragrances. Tobacco is one of these ingredients. It smells so classy, so elegant, so mature, and some would even argue manly, of course. Here we're going to be going over the 10 best, or my 10 current favorite tobacco-based fragrances in my collection. I'm looking forward to giving you my thoughts on them, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I tell you about these 10 amazing tobacco-based fragrances in my collection, I truly love them all, but all for different reasons, of course, and I'm going to delineate what those reasons are as I reveal them. I want to start things off by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you could be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel, and of course, click where it says enable all notifications. I upload on a daily basis. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it or if you took something of value from today's episode. Now, of course, as an honorable mention, I do want to mention my own fragrance, which is Raised Spirits by Vertus Parfum. Yes, you will get tobacco in here. You are going to get caramel, a salted butter fudge accord. You're going to get pimento leaves in the opening. This is such an amazing composition by Dominic Ropion and Julien Rascanet, two amazingly talented perfumers. They've done so many exquisite fragrances. I mean, the list goes on. And this one is going to be my fall and winter staple. I've already been wearing it a ton. It is available now on the official website. There is currently a promotion in place. Definitely be sure to take advantage of it. Raised Spirits by Vertus Parfum. Just an honorable mention, but the fragrance in the number 10 spot, and I'm putting this fragrance at the very bottom of the list, is Vertus by Vertus Parfum, because it is a fragrance that I worked on. Beautiful honey tobacco fragrance with mango and fig, composed by Bertrand Duchaufour. If you're looking for a much sweeter tobacco fragrance, you like the note of honey, you gotta check this out. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the list. Just an honorable mention and a number 10 because I'm clearly biased. I worked on both of these fragrances and I love them both. The first one I want to talk about, this could have very easily been in the number 1 spot, Herod by Parfums de Marly. Also honey, tobacco, it's rich, it's dark, you have the vanilla, there's a spicy component to it as well. Of course, this one is an amazing fragrance, and it's a staple in so many people's collections, right? Everybody seems to be talking about Herod and Pegasus and Leighton. Everybody knows about these fragrances so far. Of course, I'm also going to mention Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. Tobacco and vanilla with kind of like this cherry pipe tobacco sort of a vibe. Very classy and definitely the most realistic tobacco-based fragrance. The other one that I like to mention is also Bois d'Ambry by Eau de Thalie. I have way too many tobacco fragrances by Bertrand Duchaufour on this list, so I said let me not include Bois d'Ambry, but I love that one too. It's a little bit on the dry side of things, but Tobacco Vanille, the moistened pipe tobacco vibe is real in this one. Definitely try it if you haven't. One of my favorites for a reason, and I don't know what it is. Whenever we're talking about tobacco, they all seem to have a touch of honey in there, and this one definitely gives off that honey vibe, but it has a lot of other spices too. I think there's like nutmeg and saffron, and there's agarwood in this fragrance too, along with the vanilla. This one by Mancera is called Red Tobacco. Amazingly long-lasting fragrance, superb longevity, 12 plus hours, no slouch. Check it out if you haven't already done so. I know it's been around for a number of years now. And then of course, we also have Boundless by Amouage. Now, Amouage has a bunch of tobacco-based fragrances, but I really wanted to find fragrances where the tobacco was kind of the star player, right? There's something about Boundless where the cardamom, the vanilla, it's like this sweet yet spicy tobacco fragrance with some mild citrusy accents. So it's a really interesting fragrance, and it's a bit on the spicier side of things while also having the sweetness. So far, the sweetest one on this list is going to be Vertus by Vertus Parfum. The most realistic one is going to be Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. The most complex is going to be Boundless. The darkest is going to be Red Tobacco. The booziest is going to be Raised Spirits because there is dark rum in here. So you see there are different personalities of the note of tobacco. We also have this beauty. This one is also boozy with that sort of tobacco, vanilla, rum vibe. Side Effect by Inicio Parfum. This one also has a leathery dry down on account of the saffron. So if you like that touch of leather in here, especially 2 or 3 hours into the longevity. Side effect is amazing for that. And then of course we also have a brand new release by the brand Narcotica. This one is called Doza. This one is the spiciest so far. You have the Sichuan pepper. I know Boundless has the cardamom, but this one has the Sichuan pepper. It has cypress, it has oak, if I'm remembering correctly. It has a lot of woodsy ingredients, but it's earthy. It's a little musky on account of the black currant in the opening, but it definitely has this vanilla, ambery, boozy personality, but the blonde tobacco is the star of the show. To my knowledge, this is the first fragrance in this entire list that has blonde tobacco as opposed to regular tobacco or pipe tobacco or what have you. Of course, we also have a king. How can this not be in the top 3? Herod and Tobacco Vanille receded to the background a little bit because I've been wearing them year after year after year, but I still gotta show love for Creation E by Roja Parfum. That sort of Dr. Pepper cola vibe with the cognac that's in here. It's incredibly delicious. You do get the woods, you do get the tobacco, super long lasting. Hey, that's another thing that can be said about all of these fragrances. They're all incredibly long lasting, not a single, slouch or failure among them. All of them do really, really well. And then of course we have another masterpiece in my opinion. I mean, if you are a fan of Herod by Parfum de Marly, I think you're gonna love this one. This one has a coconut vibe in here, so it's tobacco done slightly differently. Fan Your Flames by Nishane. This one is one of the best, most interesting, and most unique tobacco-based fragrances on the market that takes things in an unexpected direction. You have to try it. And I know I mentioned that Bertrand Duchaufour did a number of the fragrances on this list, and I was going to include Bois d'Ambry. It seems like he has an affinity for the note of tobacco. He's used it in a number of fragrances before. And this one is a brand new release, and I just got my nose on it. And it has ambrette. It has this sort of honey personality. I mean, the honey is so strong in the opening, and it smells so realistic, so mouth-wateringly good with this gourmand likability about it. But the tobacco here is a beautiful, rich, bold, charismatic tobacco. In terms of honey and tobacco fragrances, this is going to get hype. As long as people smell it and as long as people sample it and they put their nose on it, this fragrance is going to get a lot of hype because it is amazing. Please don't take my word for it. Go out there, get a sample of it. And with that, I'm rambling and I haven't even told you what the fragrance is. By Wilhelm Parfumerie. It's called To My Father. This is a dedication to fathers everywhere. The fathers that are in our lives, the ones that are not in our lives, the ones that have left a memorable impact on us, the ones that are still living with us, the ones that have passed on. This is the dedication and a tribute or an homage to all fathers out there. And this sort of squished bottle is so deceptive because there's actually a lot more liquid in here than you think. This is 100 ml. I was just looking at the bottom. This is actually 100 ml. Beautiful, rich, honey tobacco fragrance with ambrette. It kind of has like this pear-like aroma. It's so bright, so flavorful. And Bertrand Duchaufour first did his tobacco fragrance for me, but that's okay because this one is also amazing and I truly love it, in the #1 spot for a reason. It's such a beautiful honey tobacco fragrance. Please get your nose on it if you haven't already done so. I actually sprayed a test strip down here. Which one is it? No. Oh, this one right here, and it's so strong. As I was talking about all of these fragrances, I'm smelling this stuff and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta wear this one today. It's still it's kind of late in the evening, but I'm still gonna spray it on. I'm gonna make it my scent of the evening. Thank you for watching my 10 current favorite tobacco fragrances. What are your favorites? Let me know. Leave a comment down below. Always curious to hear your thoughts. Thank you for the interaction. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the subscription. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. 65% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed, and I'd like to make it to 200,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Hit the bell icon so you could be notified on my future uploads. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.